All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Turn the sound down a little bit. Go, y'all. Here we go. All right, that's YouTube in the background playing. Excuse the TV. I was watching something as well, so cut that down. Okay. Get started here in a minute. Okay, hang on 1 second, y'all. We should get started about the 5-minute mark just to let a few of y'all come in. So we'll go from there as I pull up some stuff right here. Okay. What else do we got? A few more minutes. Get going. Okay. All right. Well, got about almost 7 to 10 people in here now. Just make sure y'all hit the like button. And we can jump on this. So hit that like. And we can get started in 3 minutes. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go, y'all. Let's get this thing going. Let's see, Bruno, what's going on? Lolita, what's up? Oh, man. All right, yo. Sometimes this thing be tripping. StreamYard. Okay. All right. Got about 10 of y'all in here. Hit the like button. And we can get started. So, yeah, man, welcome back. Welcome back to another live stream, y'all. Of course, Combo Breaker 99. So let's talk. let's talk about this fight last night, yo. As y'all can see, I was watching the fight again today, just a couple hours ago, and I was like, yo, man, I missed some stuff, yo. I missed some stuff in the third round. Just going back and watching that third round again, it kind of changes my thoughts on how the whole fight went. And yeah, definitely one of them close fights, but it was really almost like clear to me when I seen that. You know, still hard for me to say robbery. Like I've heard some people say, I can definitely see where people see where either fighter won it this time, because it's like one of those situations where you have to step out of the box. It's got to be that way. So yeah, we're gonna spend the majority of the night talking about the fight. I mean, just these two and the strawweight division in general. I pulling up some links here, man. We got to talk about Carla, where she stands, of course. Marina Rodriguez. So yeah, man. So I'm trying to load something up, but it's taking forever. Let's see straight what's going on. Bruno, what's up? He said he's still depressed with the way Lee lost. I'm not depressed, man. I'm just like, that's how it goes, man. He said she won, but she still ain't. Well, that's how it go. I mean, like, it takes commitment. You can't just do a complete 180 6 7 months later and think that your game is going to be tip top for somebody that's been doing what they've been doing for so long. Rose, I'm gonna be real, she didn't change much this fight. Like, Rose is the same fighter, and that's a benefit. That's a benefit when it comes down to it. Rose came in the same fighter, showcased the same skills. Whaley came in with a bit of a game plan as far as to become a different fighter, and it didn't benefit. It didn't benefit because, like I said, there was no growth in between. There was no growth. There was no time to get accustomed to what she needed to do, right? You just can't go in and change, because what I seen in Whaley Saturday was like a different fighter, but somebody that was not unsure of what she was doing. She really needed to be the old Whaley. Like, that's why I said, like, Friday when I was talking to you, Whaley did not have to change that much. It was still up in the air. It was still up in the air if she needed to change, because when it comes down to it, it was one mistake that cost her the fight, remember? She never got a chance to get the old Whaley going, so the old Whaley could have worked if she just added defense. That's what it came down to. Like, it didn't mean she had to change her whole regimen, like something she's never done before. Like, I mean, like, you didn't even go in there and test out any of the skills. You said it yourself. Like Whaley said, the fight never got going. I never got to show what I had. So why do you have to change what you had if you never had a chance to show what you had, right? So it's just one of those things where being unsure of yourself, it can really, really, it can change you, man. It can really just change you, and not for the good. The boss, he said he agreed after rewatching Whaley won. The second round was razor close. I think the second round was pretty straightforward to me. I thought Whaley won the first two rounds. I thought Whaley got it with the better punches and the takedown. She rocked the hell out of Rose, man. Rose was gone for like 2 seconds, but she bounced back. I got to give Rose credit. Her recovery was solid. She bounced back and was in it. So to me, Whaley won the first two pretty clear. And then that third, I looked at it, the control from control from Wei Lee and the effective strikes, I had to give her that round when I went back and watched it. Bruno said, you were right about 50% odds. I told you, yeah, man. I mean, ain't no need to apologize. I mean, everybody got their opinion, but I'm just saying, man, like, it was 50-50 because, like, Rose never really, like, makes crazy changes either. Like, she's never going to step out the box. Like, you can figure her out if you have a good game plan. Like, if you commit, you can get it. You can get her, you know, and that's how Jessica Andrade won the first fight, almost won the second fight. So, yeah. Australia said to be champ, you got to beat the champ, and Whaley didn't do that. Fight was there for the taking in the last, and she didn't do enough. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations, but like I said, I think it was enough. So it was just one of those situations where you take 3 rounds, that should be it. But yes, it's clearly one of those too. Like, that's why I don't say robbery, but she did enough to win it, yeah, for sure. But I blame her though, of course, because you didn't close the show. Like, just because you bagged 3 rounds don't mean, oh man, you got to take your foot off the gas. So. Okay. Trying to pull something up here. Okay. All right. That straight. There we go. Okay. All right. The boss said, I think Whaley would have done much better if she had a few other fights before rematching Rose. That's what I said. I had said that Bruno said Whaley changed too quickly. Should have done it gradually. Marcus Bell, what is up? Gordon said Whaley accepted the verdict. Why can't you? Oh, get out of here with that, man. I'm just telling you what I saw. I don't care what she accepted. I'm talking about what I seen. Bluebird said rematch was too soon, in my opinion. Just because one person accepts something don't mean it's right. I'm not a follower. Tobias said, wasn't that a clash of heads that Waller rose in the second round? If not, Whaley won the round for sure. No, it was a left. It was a left hook. It was a left hook that wobbled it, man. Bruno said, I fear Whaley will never be champion again. I had so much faith in her. You know, you know, fighters are their own worst enemy. Really, you know what I mean? Ernest said he was in the building last night. Oh, you were at the fight? He said MMA attracts so many rough people. Yeah, it's a little crazier than boxing. You know, I've been to boxing matches, and you know, it depends too there. But I mean, the atmosphere for the most part with boxing has been pretty good. But I don't know. MMA, yeah. Sometimes I don't really want to go to one of their matches because you know it just has a crazy type of crowd sometimes, especially at the big fights. You know, too many damn meatheads out there. Not really even meatheads, just like a rowdy bunch. Yeah, High Five said Whaley is being respectful. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if she go back and watch the tape, she'll probably think different. She said she shows she's better than Rose on the feet and on the ground. Yeah, for sure. I mean, all right. I was just trying to pull something up here before I would get started because there's a couple points I wanted to make in this one. Yeah, so let's talk about it real quick. Rose and Wei Lee. Oh, hold on. I got somebody talking trash. Gordon was. He said your bias clouded your better judgment. Use your objective, but not regarding Rose Mike is still a fan of your analysis breakdowns, but you use your objective. And you're wrong there because there's no bias there. There ain't no bias there. I'm watching the fight. Like I said, I want to see a good fight. You just biased like you are for Rose and Andrea Lee. You know what I mean? I gave Rose first time I looked, I said, okay, Rose, it went that way. The second time I looked, it went Wei Lee's way. It seemed like just because you're a Rose fan, you want me to follow Rose. But like I said, I'm not a follower. I'm gonna look at what I see. It's not biased. If it was biased, I would have said Wei Lee wins F Rose or something like that, right? But I'm breaking it down from both sides and what I seen. Didn't cloud my better judgment. I know my better judgment. I mean, if you go back and look at the third round, like I said, without being biased towards Rose, you might see a little something different. Straight said I wanted Whitley to win, but to be honest, she disappointed me. Yeah, she looked like a totally different fighter. All right, let's see. He said when Rose took Whaley down in the fifth, he said she did it because she was losing, and yet that is Rose's stated goal: take her down, get her back, choke her out. She said that like years ago. She didn't say that going into this fight, and she took Whaley down because she was losing the fight, just like she did in the Joanna rematch. Same exact game plan. Not even to choke her out, but to take her down. Go back and watch that Joanna rematch. She was down. She actually that fight was tied to secure the fight. She took Joanna down in that round, the very last round. So nothing changed with Rose. She just stayed committed to it. Mm, 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 mm. I mean, just 'cause I changed my opinion don't mean, hey, you got to change yours. That's mine. Demar said, do you think Whaley should move up in weight? No, no. If she moves up in weight, she just gonna lose. But yeah, anyway, let me get on this thing. Let's talk about the fight here real quick. I'm gonna tell you what I saw. Anyway, like um, first off, I seen a fight like I said where Wei Lee wanted to change. She wanted to change her game plan, right? But it was too much of a major change that she wasn't even comfortable with. She was using it against a fighter that had already knocked her out, which is dangerous. You know what I mean? Like it's better to just kind of build off of what you already have instead of trying to do this whole new change that your body's not even ready for. You know, this wasn't really like a fight where so what it didn't really didn't turn out to be as explosive as I thought it was. Because Whaley abandoned that game plan and Rose fought the patient fight that she wanted. I just think early in this fight that Whaley, she, I think she, to me, was still thinking of the knockout. But if she was, to me, she should have been fighting on the inside more. Like she was still trying to fight at a range, which wasn't good because, like I said, fighting out on the outside for Whaley was not smart because you're gonna keep getting tagged by Rose. Rose is gonna hit you with these sharp punches. Rose is gonna get full extension on her punches because you're on the outside. Now, Whaley's leg attack was good, right? Low kicks was fine. Um, some of the body shots she was landing. But overall, though, Rose was still much more comfortable in the center. When it came down to that. So it should have been more of a phone booth fight for Rose. I mean, for Whaley. First couple rounds, I did give Whaley, you said it must have been a headbutt. It looked like a left hook to me. When she got buzzed, she went in and got a takedown the second round. I thought she secured those. I thought she secured the first two rounds. It was just the fact that she didn't really want to resort to her old ways, which was a big mistake. Like nothing, hang on one second. Nothing is this. Okay, here we go. There was no proof in what she could do before was going to be a mistake this time, right? Except the lack of defense. Before she seemed a little bit more willing to take chances, press the action on the inside. But you didn't see that this time. You didn't see much of that. So Rose was a little bit more comfortable here with her shots. Those two takedowns really did bag the rounds for Whaley, but there was still not a stamp on her commitment here. Like she was still not committed to being dominant. And if she doesn't find that soon, it's going to be a problem. Bruno, so should they give Carla Whaley next? We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Tehran in here. I know Tehran don't like women's MMA, so he said off topic. Justin, Michael Chandler was damn good. But anyway, back to your regular skills program. Yeah, it was. It was good, man. For sure. All right. So yeah, Whaley, I think it was too much of a change. That's why I just say it was too much of a change. I can't really call those improvements because they didn't really get her what she needed. Like some of the stuff that she was doing in this fight, she could have done it better before to me. Like, her leg kicks, she was always good at that. But she didn't know how to measure her own range in this fight as far as her punches. There was a couple times she stepped in behind, a jab and landed like a good flurry, like the first or second round, I think. But besides that, she was missing with some wild right hands in this fight. I mean, y'all saw that, right? There's a few times she missed with some wild right hands, a few left hooks he was missing with. She was never really comfortable with her hands, just the kicks. She was definitely tearing up the lead leg. She was tearing up the lead leg, landing a few body kicks, but not going to the body enough. But her hand game wasn't really there. All the while, Rose, to me, just seemed like the same fighter. Not a great deal of change. In this fight, she kind of reversed the role here. Somebody asked me if she improved her cardio. I don't think it was that she improved her cardio. I think it was just that she started late in the fight. And Zhang Wei started faster and started to gas towards the third round, right? So I don't know if it was like Rose improved her cardio in 7 months. I don't think it was that. I think it's just the fact that she knew how to fight at a pace this time, and she picked it up in round 4 and 5. Marcus said, speaking of being tentative, if JJ and Whaley fights again, don't expect a war. No, I ain't gonna expect a war this time. No. Not expecting the war this time in that fight. I mean, if that happens, I mean, somebody might get stopped this time around because sometimes chins don't hold up like that. What else here? Andrade versus Rose. Andrade, man, she I wonder what her deal is. Like, is she going back down to 115? I mean, we gotta talk about something here in a minute. Dana brought up though. But yeah, that's why I posted up today, man. Like when I just finished watching it, I was like, "Yo, man, I think she did enough to win this fight." Like it was like 3 rounds to 2. I had it for Whaley this time. I was like, "Wow, I missed some stuff," because I was doing a fight. I was doing a fight commentary. Then I looked. I was like missing out on some things here. I thought I was watching it clear, but like I said, it's one of those fights that you can score it either way. Um, Same way people say with like I was thinking the same thing that Stamina brought up in the comment section. He brought up the fact that this fight had that same texture like Nunes and Shevchenko in the first fight. I mean, the second fight. People think Nunes. People think Shevchenko won. A lot of people think Shevchenko won. So I think it's all really just what you're looking at in a particular time. Because that's how the Whaley Joanna fight was. I had Whaley win it a couple times. Third time I watched it, it was a draw. Fourth time I watched it, I said Joanna won. So it depends on really what you're looking at and how you judge it. But like I said, not even like I said from a fan's perspective. I'm just looking at it as far as uh what I've seen. That's why I'm gonna go back and look at it again to see if I missed anything. Because people keep saying robbery, but I can't really call it, like I said, full out robbery, man. Because when they get this close, that's not really robbery. Otherwise, said Dana White must have something against Carla. I don't know, man. I don't know. I said it wasn't like Valentina Nunes. Well, not the same fight, but you know what I mean. Like a fight where people kind of change their minds on it, and they're going to be on opposite sides all the time. So it's like it's all in what you're looking at. But yeah, to me, I just think that Whaley did enough in those moments, and I say that because when or when you're supposed to be judging the fight, you're supposed to do it like each fight is each round is a fight. You score that one, go to the next one, go to the next one, and then go to the championship rounds. So it's like, okay, I'm looking at this one separately, and this one separately. 4 and 5 are also separate rounds. So sometimes when you say, okay, a person has to beat they have to really beat the champion convincingly. Yeah, it makes sense. But sometimes if you're just looking at it each round by each round, somebody can be edged out. Mark said, I think Dana's problem with Carla is that her style boring. And she ain't really selling herself. Like she ain't really putting herself out there. She is not really putting herself out there like that. So yeah, but all in all, man, like I said, I'm gonna go back and break it down and do a breakdown video of it actually, like I usually do, and tell you what I seen. I seen Whaley, like I said, just not committed to what she was capable of doing what she could have done, make those subtle changes and then just go from there. No body attack. Well, not a consistent one at that. And Rose just was her, just the same fighter. Like I said, she was in there using her striking at a distance, being the fighter that wants to play chess. And Weili played chess with her. You don't play chess with Rose like that if that's not your game. I mean, a few times in there, I thought there was going to be a stoppage, though. I mean, Bruno said Weili is the most exciting fighter of her division. I don't know. I wouldn't call her the most exciting. I mean, there's a lot of exciting fighters in there. I mean, Marina is, Lemos is, Joanna is as well. I think there's, a lot of exciting fighters in there. So. She will do a round by round one day on this fight. I mean, I like to do round by rounds on these close fights, but yeah, I'm gonna do the breakdown for it. Probably put it up tomorrow. Just been kind of busy today, so might even watch it a third time, right? I mean, I watch fights all the time, so yeah. But what's next for both of these fighters? What's gonna be next for Rose at this point? Well, is it gonna be Carla? I don't know. I don't think it is it? Because what do we have here, Marcus Bell? MMAfighting.com. Let's see, they posted up this. Dana White rules out Carla Esparza for the next shot at Rose Namajunas. He says, look, we have an option. Says we have an option. And who is it? I was like, what? So let's see. Dana White says this. Look, also fight. Those two put on a hell of a performance. We have an option. When asked about Carla Esparza, if Carla Esparza should wait for a title shot, he said you don't sit around and wait for fights. It's really a bad idea. I know he said that before. I wonder if he said that again, because now he's saying they have an option, and he didn't say it was Carla. So who's it going to be then? I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be, if it's not going to be Carla, I'm thinking more than likely it's going to be Marina Rodriguez, right? I mean, they threw some other names out there like Ibas, Torres, and Lemos, but Lemos has a fight. Torres is still too low. Ibas is just coming off a win here against Jandarova. She's not ready. So it's got to be Marina, right? Because it sounds like Dana is trying to skip over Carla again. And at this point, there's nobody to blame but Carla, right? Hold on, let me see here. Because you look at Carla Esparza, her Instagram, man, like, let me see if she posted this up. Man, Carla, you are not going to get that's crazy. Like, she's not going to get this title shot, man. They're just going to go right around her, man. So Dana White says they have an option. And like I said, he didn't just come straight out and say it was Carla. Because it's probably not going to be her. So it's more than likely Marina, right? Marina's the exciting fighter. Marina's on the 3-fight win streak. And she's under Carla, and he would do it just to spite her, right? So that sounds like the plan to give it to Marina. So I think all options, all arrows are pointing to Marina right now. All roads point to Marina. Hold on. Liv said this version of Whaley was too cautious. Yeah, it was. It's still too it's still too early for her to just go in there and challenge it for a title again when you want to change that much, you know. The boss said they have to give Carla the shot. She has beat Rodriguez recently, and Joanna has already lost twice to Rose twice. There's nobody else in that position to fight. That's logical, right? I've said the same thing, but it don't sound like he's gonna do it. See, Gordon said Andrade deserves rematches with Rose, Whaley, and Joanna. I'd be glad to see them. I think Joanna still beats her the same way. I would like to see the Whaley one, and even the Rose one. The third fight with Rose, that would be good. But Joanna, I think she would beat Andrade the same way. High Five said when Rose is the hunter, she's vulnerable. Rose is dangerous when she counter strikes because she dances really well. Who was that asking me who had the better footwork? Hold on. High Five said, tell me now who has the greater footwork, Rose or Whaley. I still think Rose has the better footwork. Yeah, High Five. Rose still has the better footwork. I mean, Whaley still could not close distance to land her overhand right cleanly from the outside. I think Rose still has the better footwork. Yeah, Rose still has a better footwork. No, Dana's not gonna book that. I think he already said they're not gonna do no third fight with JJ yet. He said she's not getting a title shot, and that one won't. I don't think that'll get money when she's already beat her twice. Yeah, he said no to that one. Brian said, let's ask ourselves who was Carla supposed to fight. Marina and Dern were engaged. Val beats Jan. I mean, Carla beats Jan. Joanna won't fight, so who's she supposed to fight Dana? Right. I don't know, man. He's just doing it to Spider, I think. Lolita said, UFC is not about who deserves the title shot. It brings in the most pay-per-views, really. I don't if Joanna came back for this fight, I don't know if it would sell like that, man. Because people already seen her get her butt whooped twice by Rose, right? She doesn't deserve it. She just does not deserve a title shot. People would not have it. People would not have it. And Ron said if he won a spider, it would be Joanna versus Carla. Oh yeah, that would be crazy though. That would be crazy. That would be pretty much goodbye title shot for Carla. Because that's a style nightmare. Joanna's a style nightmare for her, man. Joanna would take it back to 2015, 2014. Mary said Marina versus Whaley or Marina Andrade. I think Marina versus Whaley would be good. Either one would be good, but yeah, I think Marina. No, Brian, we don't really want to see that. We don't. I don't. Dana knows we don't want to see that. Whaley McKenzie would be good, yeah. Oh yeah, I know what else I want to talk about too about this fight. I mean, after watching this fight, I think that after what I seen, I said Carla could beat Whaley. I was saying that throughout the night. I said, man, the way Whaley is on her back and she's just like lost in these wrestling positions. Man, she proved me wrong on her wrestling. I was like, dang, like what is she doing here? Even when she got down to the ground, I was like, yo, like why is she lost on her back? Why is she not active like she used to be? You know, she was really struggling on her back, and Carla is dominant when she gets the top position. It really showed me that Whaley is not. Whaley's strong physically. Don't get me wrong, she's strong, but the way she came in here with this type of strength, it shows me that she probably doesn't have that strength like Tatiana Suarez. And somebody like Carla probably would have a lot of success if they were to wrestle. That's just off of my observation. Like the way she looked on the ground, Carla would have a field day. There's the man BJ in the building. He said it was a good fight. Yeah, good fight, man. Yeah, it was not one of the greatest, but it was a good fight. Liz said not planning to watch Rose versus Aspar boring. I mean, that wasn't a boring fight. That was not a boring fight. Do you mean if they rematch? That's not going to be a boring fight. The first fight was good. Silver Highwayman says Carla needs better management. She does. Nah, I don't think she needs to post raunchy pictures. She just needs to be more aggressive when it comes to her fighting. I mean, you ain't got to go the raunchy route to be a good fighter. Valentina doesn't, right? I mean, I agree she needs better management. Her management's really mismanaging her, but she don't need to go that route. I mean, I'm gonna tell her. I mean, if that's what you want to do, fine. But I mean, raunchy's not gonna get you more followers. I mean, it might get you more simps, but it's not gonna get you more fight fans. Because I don't want to see that. I want to see these women go in here and fight. Like, if you keep posting pictures like that, I'm like, okay, but can you fight? Her momentum needs to be calling out Rose or just calling fighters out. Like, you ain't got to be a bully, but you got to call somebody out. Ravioli said Rose was winning most of the boxing exchanges. I seriously question Whaley's fight IQ. She was. That's why she kept closing in and going for those takedowns and using those leg kicks, but she wouldn't really commit to anything upstairs because her boxing was not sharp. And yeah, she doesn't close distance effectively. Mackenzie Dern versus Jan next. I mean, that's a fight too. Yeah, Whaley can be strong. She can be, but that tells you that she's just not all around strong for 5 rounds or 3 rounds like Tatiana. She can be if somebody else is not strong. You know what I mean? Like when somebody else gives out, then that's when she can really capitalize. But you can see Rose didn't really do much in the first couple rounds, so she was sharper when it came down to the 4 and 5. Jumping in and out of the guard, just like mauling Whaley in those last 2 rounds. But yeah, Carla though, what Carla needs to do from here. Matter of fact, let me pull up her Instagram here. Yeah, so Carla posted this on her Instagram. She did part. She did about. Um, She did about 50% of what I said she should do. She posted an old picture, the throwback picture of her and Rose. Not in the fashion that I said, though. She posted her and Rose facing off. And she said this, okay. Carla Esparza said, "Congratulations to Rose on a fantastic victory, inspiring to so many, and I'm truly happy for you. Fate had us cross paths when we created this division, and I'm proud that 7 years later we are still here at the top of it. This is not a call out or anything disrespectful, okay? This is genuine respect. You deserve time to celebrate and enjoy this accomplishment. It will be an honor to run this back when you're ready." Okay, so I I don't know how to. I mean, I know how to feel about that, but I'm just kind of like, oh man, like why not just call it what it is? Call it what it is. It's a call out. You know, why not just call it what it is? Call it a call out. Like you want this championship fight, why not just go for it? Go all out for it. That's the only way you're going to get this fight. If you really want it, just say, "Look, hey Rose, let's do this." Why are you going to say it's not a call out or anything disrespectful? It's not disrespectful, but it is a call out. I mean, there's a comment in the look. Somebody in the comment section said, "Oh, it's a call out," which it is. It is a call out, and there's nothing wrong with calling people out because that means you want to fight. You want an opportunity. So you kind of have to go harder than that. And if Dana overlooks her again, then who's going to be to blame, right? Who's going to be to blame? And Gore says Cejudo told Rose to catch Rose's kicks to take her down. Yeah, she did do that. Yeah, I mean, she's got the belt, BJ. So, yeah. Are you talking about Rose? Oh, boy. BJ, we really going to go that road? Valentina posts photos in a two-piece and a belt all the time? Is that raunchy? Is that raunchy, BJ? Either you trolling me, BJ, you must be trolling me tonight because you know that's not raunchy. That's classy. That's sexy. That ain't raunchy. That ain't like a thirst trap or nothing like that, what they call. BJ, you know that's tasteful pictures. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's that sex appeal she has. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I mean, you tell somebody to post something raunchy. Come on. BJ trying to bait me on that one. You got to be baiting me on that. All right, we're going to take a little detour here. BJ said, "I never said it was a bad thing to post provocative pictures." It's not. I mean, in a tasteful way. But if that's not your thing, don't do it. Like, if that's not, I'm not asking Carla to post raunchy pictures. I'm telling you to do your fight thing. If that's not your thing, don't do it. Because I'm not looking at it for that. I'm not following these women for that. I'm following for the fight. I mean, if you post it and you look good, okay, that's a plus, I guess. But if you ain't posting anything fight related, then I'm like, go on. I mean, like, I'm not gonna rate you any higher because you just post a bunch of half naked pictures. See, Valentina is posting tasteful pictures. There's a difference between tasteful and raunchy. You know what I mean? Like if she want to, okay, if Carla posts tasteful, fine. Silver Highway said, I can see your point about not posting wrong. She called needs to promote her online status. Followers are now how celebrities are ranked. Yeah, of course. I agree with you 100%. Like, I just don't think raunchy is the way for her. Like, it's not the way for a lot of women. Or you're going to go out and just try to switch it up. But if you can't fight, I mean, you can't fight. That's not really going to bring in the money. Followers are followers, but it doesn't really get you checks all the time, you know? I mean, this is like a topic in itself, but I mean, if that's the best y'all can do when you say you need to take it off, then I mean, y'all got it twisted. I ain't never gonna tell somebody to do that if that's not their thing. I mean, if you want to do it, fine, of course, I'm for that. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, if that has nothing to do with fighting, I'm not gonna say take your clothes off. Then. I ain't gonna do that. If you do it, then fine, that's you. And let me ask y'all this: you do that, get you followers, but does it improve your skill? See, Valentina, she improved her skill, and then she come by and post some classy stuff. You know, that's my point. Yeah, Mary. Yeah, like when Valentina does it, there's a theme to it. That's my point. Like I'm not even, I'm not a woman, but I know that like there's a theme to it. You know, when she does it, she's doing it as like a model, not just to say, here, look at this, follow me. Yeah, it's not raunchy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she made a lot of money. She made a lot of money. Making money is one thing, but getting the title shots another. I mean, we talking about for Carla to get her title shot. Andrade gets her title shot because of her wins and the way in the fashion she gets it. If Carla turned up her style and was less boring and much more vocal, she would get the title shot. We wouldn't even be talking about it right now. Robert Henry in the building. What's going on? Oh, he said he had. I saw Robert Henry come here early. Hold on. He said, yeah, he had a 3-2 for Rose. Yeah, the first time I scored it 3-2 for Rose. Second time I scored it 3-2 for Wade Leto. Valentina. Ulysses said, what happened to Valentina? I just joined. Oh, nothing, man. They just trying to say she out here posting raunchy photos and she not. Is the difference. But anyways, let me steer this thing back to what we were talking about. That's enough about raunchiness, all right? Um, so Carla says it's not a call out, right? Or anything disrespectful. But then what is it, then, right? If it's not a call out, then what is it? And like, why does she link call out and disrespect in the same thing? Like, when you call somebody out, it doesn't really mean it's disrespectful. You know, it doesn't mean it's something disrespectful. Like it's just letting you know that you want an opportunity, right? you're telling that person with the belt that, hey, let me get a shot, right? Let me get a shot at it. So she needs to kind of separate the two. Like, if you want to call her out in a respectful way, do that. That's cool. Because that's what she needs to do. But I think that the fashion that she did it in is not going to get her a title shot. Because according to Dana White, we have another option. Right? According to Dana, we have another option. He didn't say who. It looks like we got one. Okay, bro, is it? Yes, you posted. Crazy. Andrade and Rodriguez aren't bringing in pay-per-views either. The UFC is trying to protect Rose by not letting Carla fight her. Probably. They definitely are because, Rose says she wants to fight. Rose wants to fight, but the UFC is not giving it to her. And like Rose said, it's not her choice. She'll just fight whoever at this point. She said, like, whenever Whaley was offered, it wasn't like she turned down Carla. She just said that that's what was given to her. Stamina said Carla needs a briefing on call-outs, not being disrespectful by default. Has a lot to do, as do a lot of the women been saying that for a while now. Yeah. It's they need a crash course in it because they're like, oh, I don't want to be disrespectful. Being disrespectful, man. I don't get that, man. Like, it's okay. Oh man, I am relaxing right now. So Mary Tom said they turned around and gave Nina Azarol all the limos. Yeah. I don't know where I mean, there's a situation going on with Claudia, but I don't know. I don't know if it's still something to do with the concussion deal or what. So. Yeah, Marina's had two main events now. I don't know if she could be like a main event on a pay-per-view, but she could definitely be on a pay-per-view in my opinion. She could be on a pay-per-view card, maybe not the main event or maybe co-main event. I don't know. Bruno said, will UFC fast track Whaley the title shot next year? No. Dana just said this. Hold on, let me pull this up. All right, Bruno. So Dana said, okay, so they said fans shouldn't expect the trilogy anytime soon. He said she just lost the fight. She's pretty far. So no. Whaley's far off from a title shot, he said. Mary said, who was her win before Dern? It was Ebos. Yeah, she knocked Ebos out. No. It was Michelle Waterson. It was Michelle Waterson, Mary. Ebos, Waterson, and then Dern. Calvillo exploited the call-out method to her regret. Gordon, yeah. She called people out, but it didn't benefit her, right? Brian Williams about. Oh, I read that. Rose need that revenge win on Esparza. Yeah, yeah, she does. I mean, that's just a good all-around rematch. I don't know why Dana keep playing around with that. Okay. Yeah, Whaley is the path to the Chinese market, but at this point, I mean, you can't put her in there again and get destroyed. I mean, you have to let her rebuild. She has to rebuild and be worth something, right? I mean, nobody's gonna come and see her if she's on a 0-2 or 0-3 losing streak, right? Liz said, Winkle John has destroyed Waters and Holly. Outdated skills. Dang. Yeah, Trevor Whitman and Greg Nelson. I mean, they tend to be uh, evolving, building their fighters right. They're much more hands-on and personal. It seems like. Uh, I think I think Jackson Wink Jim. I think it just kind of seems like a commercial thing now. In my opinion, from what I see, it just seems kind of like a commercial thing. So, I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, it's just more off a name. Bruno said, "You're right. She needs two easy fights." Um, yeah, yeah. Maybe easy or some good challenges for her ground game. Gordon said, maybe Dana would respect Carla more if Carla beat up an old man in a bar. Right. Beat up an old man, threw a camera, punched the fan. Right. The boss said to increase pay-per-view numbers, Dana White should advise Rose to add a F the rest to area. I'm the best. That's clever. Okay. Brian Williams, if the girl, oh, hold on. Doggone stream had to refresh it. It was like sticking. Okay, if they give Carla the title shot and Rose beats her, WMA's head will explode. Wow. It's a possibility now. I mean, I still think that like I said, Carla would give her the tougher fight. Carla's rematch would be tougher. Let me tell you that. It's going to be tougher for Carla than the Zhang Wei Lee's was. I'll tell you that right now. Theodore said Wei Lee needs to fight other contenders before any title fights. Yeah, exactly. Yan Zhang is potentially a stylistic favorable matchup. I want to see Rodriguez versus Dern or Dern. Well, yeah, I said that yesterday. No, Friday. I said that Yan and Wei Lee should have fought before this fight. That would have been a good striking test for her to work on her game. Well, I mean, that's WMMAtic's opinion. I mean, I respect everybody's views on what they have to say. So, like I said, I don't know everything. People see things I don't see. Like I said, that's him. I mean, hey, that's his opinion. I mean, he makes good points. Like I said, I don't see everything everybody else sees, so open my mind. I mean, I'm always open to what other people have to say. Carla Esparza should ask the UFC if she can be the backup fighter for Rose's next fight. I know she deserves better, but that would keep her in the mix. They're all yeah, yeah, Robert. That would be crazy though. I mean, like that's kind of where she's always at anyway. Like they're always gonna make her the backup. Like Dana's always like, okay, Marina, you get the title shot. Carla, you the backup. Jana, you get the title shot. Carla, you the backup. That would be kind of like disrespecting herself at this point, you know. Mary Thompson, that's what Usman used to do, be a backup. Ulysses said yesterday Addict gave me props. Oh, did he really? He said you're the best ounce. But what video did he say that, Ulysses? I like I said, there's so many videos people put out, and I think he's been putting out a lot, and I don't get notifications unless I really dig somebody's channel up. But if he did, I appreciate that. If he's listening, I appreciate that. I mean, that's why I respect his opinion and his views. He makes good points, and he's just somebody that's really firm on his beliefs. You know, like that's why he says, you know, if people don't like it, just leave. You know, don't argue with him about it. You know, don't argue with the person about it if he's not gonna. If he believes what he's saying, I mean, it sounds true, and you don't, just don't listen to what somebody's saying. Like I said, I haven't caught all of these streams. You know, I've seen some of them, but I haven't caught all these streams that people talk about. Like Stamina saying the name and the the name he puts in his title there, Nazi. That's how he feels. I respect that. I mean, something led to him having to feel that way. So I mean, it just makes some people go harder than that. Like I said, he goes hard on that. I respect it. Mm-mm. And here go Gordon talking about how I hate Rose and not Andrea. I don't hate anybody. I don't have a dislike. I mean, I praise them for their skills. I mean, just because you like them, I mean, and I respect their skills, you know, that's a difference, but that doesn't mean I dislike them. Gordon. I mean, I just tell you what I see. I mean, I don't agree with everything you say, of course, but I mean, you still here. So doesn't mean I hate you or dislike you. Well, yeah, like I was saying, yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Like I said, shout out to WMMA Addict. I appreciate that. Carla's not looking like she's gonna get this thing. Let's be honest. Carla's not looking like she's Robot Chicken. What's up? Carla's looking like she's really not gonna get this thing, man, because it's kind of it's turning into her own fault, and even her management. That's why if her management hears this, you know, it's like, okay, I mean, your fighter's the one not getting the title shot, so you can't get mad at what the fans see. You can't get mad at what my channel sees. You know, you can't get mad at what the next channel sees. Like if Coach Sheldon Harrison says it, if he says Carla's not getting the title shot, she doesn't deserve it because nobody likes her. Why is he saying that? There's a purpose. If I say it, or if Attic says it, or BJ says it, then 4 out of 4, then something must be wrong, right? You must be doing something wrong with management, right? So Carla needs to change this tone. Like, you've got the right idea. Like I said, like I did a video saying, Carla, you need to post a throwback picture, but the throwback picture needs to be you dominating Rose, and it needs to be a little bit more aggressive, and it needs to be authoritative. You know, it needs to be assertive. Excuse me. It needs to be assertive. It needs to be asserting to Dana White that you want this fight and that you're gonna put on your best performance. You're gonna blow the crowd away. You're gonna bring butts. This fill these seats with butts. You know. But this here, it just sounds like you're giving her props and you're trying to be too friendly. I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think? Do you think go to Carla's Instagram? Tell me now, what do y'all think? Yes or no? Is Carla being too nice, or does she really want this title shot? What do y'all think? Do you think she's being too nice? I think she's being too nice with this. Like, like you don't even want to call your call out a call out. Did I say that? You don't want to call your call out a call out, but it is a call out. Like, why would you not want to call it a call out? I mean, that's what you have to do. And I don't think Dana's going to take that energy because she didn't even do like Cynthia Calvillo. She didn't even tag the UFC, Mick Maynard, and Dana White like, you know, Cynthia Calvillo and Caitlin Chikagan does. I did this video and I said, okay, this is what we got to do. Yeah, Lolita, right? Like, yeah, respect everybody, but yeah, this is me, man. You know, this is us. This is this is my channel. You right. Lolita always staying real. Appreciate it. Stammer said, I'm gonna go comment on her IG right now. Go ahead, do it, man. I'm gonna keep refreshing until you do it. Go ahead, Stammer gonna comment. I'm gonna stand by. Well, I'm not gonna stand by, but I mean I'm gonna refresh it as we continue to talk here. Um, Robot Chickens, it's MMA. Whaley started the wrestling and got out wrestled. Rose realized she could control her on the ground. It was the fifth round was the element of surprise. Don't you know? Y'all notice, right? Like the element of surprise really hit Whaley, and she was like, just like the kick in the first fight, the takedown really surprised Whaley, and she was like, "Oh man, what am I gonna do? I was lost. I'm on my back. I can't get up." It really surprised her. Man, Carla said, "Don't call it a call out." You know it's a call out. The boss said it shouldn't be about who's making the best call outs, but realistically, she's probably too nice. It shouldn't be about who's making the best call outs, but you know, when you're dealing with a boss like Dana White, you have to you have to assert yourself over the rest. You know, you have to be that one to take it in your hands, right? Because it's a business, it's an entertainment business, and the best call out that attracts fans gets you to fight. Example, Juliana Pena. Juliana Pena is like ranked number 6 or 7, right? But she got the fight because of her call out. because it entertains. Again, Carla stands on 5 fights, but to really entertain, she's got to bring that call out element there. But it is too nice, though. Yeah, you're right, Liz. She said, "Yeah, use a little trash talk, even if you like, roast those little sneak disses. You know what I mean? Like you got to do it." Let's see, Gordon. What are you talking about? Gordon said, "Rose and Andrea get the worst. Whaley gets sympathy." Um, there's a difference there. Whaley is part of a country that's communist, right? She grew up into that. Uh, Andrea Lee, dating somebody who she knows wears swastikas. I mean, going off path here again. Um, that's a little bit different, right? Somebody who was born into the communist, a communist country, they can't help that. But you can choose who you can date. You date somebody who's known to wear, swastikas, white supremacy signs, and I mean, why should I show that sympathy? And I'll leave that at that. You can answer, but I mean that's all I'm going on that one. But yeah, I mean that pretty much says it, right? Mary said all he has to do is pump more iron out, eat more carbs. You're talking about his pecs. Bruno said I want UFC to give Zhang some really low in the division. No, I wouldn't give her anybody too low. Like how low are you talking about? Like maybe Tisha Torres? No, 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 no. She already fought Tisha. Claudia. Yanjana is the best I can do, man. I think Yanjana is a good style. They're both coming off of losses. Or Dern, they're both coming off of losses. Those are good. Anybody lower wouldn't be a test. You want to still give her a test, but not the elite fighters. I'm glad I have people in here wanting to talk tonight. You got like 20 something people in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Bruno, Waterson, and Claudia. I'm gonna go with Waterson. That's the entertaining. No, 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 no. I'm gonna go with Claudia because she needs to work on her grappling and her wrestling. Let's go with Claudia. Claudia would be a good fight. I don't think she needs to be built up. I think she needs to be tested and growing accustomed to her new ways, if you will. Anyways, yeah, Carla's gonna miss out on this thing. I'm telling you, man. Carla is gonna miss out on this title shot. Oh Lord, she's gonna miss out on it. And I'm at the point where it's like I understand now because your fans can go to bat for you, but if you're not gonna do the same, then you got to come with a stronger call out there. That I mean, some people say this is classy. Somebody posted she clearly didn't watch Dana in the post fight. I guess they basically saying, yeah, Dana He said you're not gonna get it. Rose mentioned Carla in the press fight, but Dana said it. We have other options. Dana said we have other options. Everybody's telling her that. He said, don't wait for it again. So don't be surprised if Marina gets this thing. If Marina gets the title shot, Marina said, hey, I'm taking it. I think if Marina gets it, we'll see. Style-wise, Marina and Rose, that's a good fight. Let's not lie. Like Rose and Marina Rodriguez, that's that type of stand-up battle we want to see, right? We want to see two fighters go at it, with hands. They're going to be throwing, we got the boxer, kickboxer versus the Muay Thai fighter here. Marina has power in both hands. Rose has the precision punching. Like, let's look at the matchup here. Like Marina, who's got more? Well, we know Rose only has what, 2 stoppages, like the knockout Joanna with the left hook and the kick, head kick to Whaley, right? Let's do a little matchup here. Who has more knockouts? I mean, I might have to do a highlight video because Marina, E-Boss, that knockout, whew. I haven't did my Taylor Santos highlight video yet. Let's see. Yeah, Marina doesn't have a great deal of knockouts either. But she has power though. She has power. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, like off of punches and knees. And she stands at 5'6" with a 65-inch arm reach. And Rose is what? 5'5" with a 65-inch arm reach. Yeah. So that would be pretty much about the, about same height, reach. I think them two would really match up well, man. That would be explosive. So there's 2 major options for Rose there, I think Dana, he likes that fight a little bit more. Dana, he likes that fight a little bit more because there's always that excitement, that thrill of the finish. Marina's been doing well. She's been putting it together. And then you have Carla, who is carrying a lot of weight off of her style contrast and her history. But, style-wise, I think when it comes down, I might have to do the poll. Who'd rather see? Which fight would everybody rather see, Carla or Marina at this point? Hold on. Let me post that up here. I don't know, man. Bruno says Whaley in 3 now, or is she number 2? She'll probably drop. The rankings will be out Tuesday. She's probably gonna drop. Like Carla's gonna be above her now. Carla's probably gonna be number 1 now. Whaley will probably be number 3. Marina's probably gonna move up to number 2. Watch. Maybe. Because like he said, Dana said she's, faced another big loss. He said she's got she's far off from a title shot again, which is true. I mean, 0-2 against the champion. Uh, 0-2 against Rose. It's time to get a new look. Mark said, if they give that shot to Marina, that might be the biggest slap in the face to someone I've seen in a long time. Andrade would be better than Marina in that sense. It would be, but I could see them doing it. You know, it's definitely gonna be a slap in the face, especially when Carla just said this. You know, she put her little call out, and now Dana's like, "Oh, you're not getting it." Oh man, they fighters. That's what I'm saying. They don't have to do crazy extreme things, but they have to do fight related stuff that makes it entertaining. Like you don't have to go extreme and always show you behind and post crazy raunchy pictures. You don't have to do that. Like, I mean, it'll probably get you work in another lane, right? But it's not gonna make people want to see you fight. I mean, you see Paige does it, right? But people don't want to see Paige fight anymore. They rather see her on her fan site. So that's not really gonna gain you anything positive as far as fight related. But let's see, we've been on here about an hour and 26. Bruno said, who's more exciting than Zhang Wei Li? I think Marina is exciting, just as exciting. Um, when Andrade was in 115, she was just as exciting. Joanna was, because, pairing Joanna with Wei Li made it a great fight. So, strawweight has a great mix of exciting fighters. Really, nobody really outshines the other when it comes to excitement. I mean, when skills come into play, then of course there are better fighters. But when you're looking at excitement, they all bring a level of excitement to me. Lemos is exciting, yeah. Like Lemos is exciting off of what I've seen. Her highlight reel finishes. Lemos is exciting. Lemos is exciting. Like the finishes she's been getting are exciting. You could argue that they are looking better than Whaley's fights. I mean, as far as entertaining. But yeah, Marina Rodriguez, I'm always been a fan of her. I'm still a fan of her, and I think her level of excitement is a little bit higher than Whaley's. I can't diss Marina like that because I have been watching Marina a little bit longer than Whaley. You know, she's exciting. And I like strikers, so that's just my opinion. So. But Lemos, man, she's got a beautiful style, man. Like Lemos, boy, she be setting the jab up. She be throwing the right hand over the top. She be knocking these. Ooh, man, Lemos is exciting. No, maybe pull up a Lemos fight right now. I mean, I could pull up a last three. I mean, they end so quick. Oh, Lemos has Nina Azaroff, Mary Thomas. Lemos is coming back, boy. Lemos has Nina Azaroff. Y'all didn't know? Y'all didn't know that? Let me pull up the date. I thought y'all knew. I need to do more videos on this stuff. If y'all ain't in on this, come on now. Amanda Lemos is fighting Nina Ansaroff in December 18th. Ulysses said, "Can Lemos handle a wrestler like Suarez?" Ooh, man. I would say it's kind of 50-50. It's like, can Suarez handle a striker like Lemos? You know? Ooh, man. Like, if can Lemos handle a wrestler like Suarez? I think she could. I think she could. Like, look, I love Suarez, but Lemos has very good distance management and very good counterpuncher. Her accuracy is deadly. Her strength is pretty good too on the fence, but I expect Suarez to take her down a couple times. Don't get me wrong there. Like, Suarez would definitely get her down, but there might be crazy close moments here. But right now, I think Lemos is on a momentum. She's riding. Let's see if Suarez is done. I don't think she's done. Silver Highwayman said Carla calls out Lemos. If Carla calls out Lemos and if Carla defeats Lemos, would that put her in the scope for a title shot in the eyes of Dana White? I think it would, because he's more so mad at the fact that she's trying to sit still and wait for a title shot. So yeah, I think that if she did something like that and then said, "Yo, Dana, give it to me. Let me get it," then he would have no choice at that point, because she knocked off another contender. Because that would be 6 fights in a row, and you took on another dangerous opponent, and you didn't sit inactive. See, that's the thing. Dana doesn't want you inactive. He doesn't want you just sitting there waiting for a title shot. But if she did that, she'd have a better argument. I mean, it's not like she's the highest in the rankings, but she probably would. He probably would, though. Lemos' balance is crazy. Yeah, her balance is, oh man, like her balance is just crazy, man. Like, Lolita said, no way Carla defeats Lemos. Yeah, we're saying if she did, she would get it. Stamina said Dr. Elving. So Elving says Suarez will never heal from her injury. Stamina said, "Okay, doctor, we'll seek a second opinion. Thanks." I mean, neck is serious though. Fighters, bad knees, um, and necks are really hard to come back from. Like disc issues in the back, and knees and neck issues are hard to come back from. Yeah, Mark, I agree, man. Carla has done enough. She's beat all these contenders, man. One, two, three, 4. Did she beat 4 or 5? You listed 4 there. I know she did 5. Let me see here. Hold on now. Yeah, Werner, Grasso, Waterson, Rodriguez, and Jan Jana. Those are good names. Yeah, those are good names. Gordon Morris said Casey Jojo prediction. I like Casey. I like Courtney Casey, but Courtney Casey is really having trouble in this division, I think, with grapplers. And early look, I kind of favor Jojo in this fight. I think Joju is got size, strength. Her striking is getting a little bit better. It's a little bit more straight. And if she gets the fight to the ground, I can see her using her size and her strength for good, controlling position. Robot Chick said, I don't think Suarez is coming back to be real. Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but I mean, I'm hoping for the best, but if she can't, she can't, right? It's been 2 years, going on 3. Yeah, Dana, it's never enough. I mean, if the money's not there on you, then it's never enough. When he really gets to the point where it's such a default, he'll be like, okay, we'll do it. I don't know, man. Dang, Liz said release her, man. Wow. You, Brian Williams, translate. You can't trust the translators, man. Like Stammers, you can't trust the translators. The translators, they get it wrong. I mean, last night, the Canelo fight, that translator was terrible. Canelo, when he was post-fight Canelo interview, he did terrible translating Canelo Alvarez. I was like, what the hell is this? Excuse me. I was like, what is this? Yeah, man, it's about to be 3 years, and it's about to be 3 years in about another 6 months. I mean, it's 2.5. It'll be 3 years in what, April or June of next year. Gore says Spencer Letson prediction. Tough one, man. I like Letson. I want to see Letson win, but we really got to see like what she looks like. It's been a long time. I'm gonna go with Letson. I think Letson has a better stand up game here. I think she's strong, and I think she's really got the ability to control on the ground. I like her wrestling as well. I used to think highly of Letson before she um stepped out of the game. I'm gonna go with Letson though. That's like a fan pick though, because I just want to see her do. I want to see her do what I think she can do. Pick up where she left off. Yeah, we coming up on 3 years. June 2023 will be 3 years, yo. Liz said Canelo don't look Mexican. No, I mean, aren't there? I mean, he doesn't look like the traditional Mexican, right? There's white Mexicans, and I heard there have been black Mexicans. I never really seen too many black Mexicans myself, but I've seen some white ones. He don't look like the traditional Mexican, but yeah, he is a Mexican, right? Well, Mexican is a nationality, so but his race is white, right? There you go, stamina. Stamina, great minds think alike, huh? Stamina said it just posted just after I said, I was like, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, there's Whitexicans and Blackxicans. And then yeah, there's your regular Mexicans, your Brownsicans. And that's just what it is. I mean, he used to stand out back in the day. They said he used to get picked on for it. So hey, you know, they knew he was different. Oh really? Robot Chicken said MCA's a black Mexican. DJ Quick is? I can see DJ Quick being one, I mean his hair and his complexion, but MC8 is one. I did not know that. MC8 look like he just from Compton or something. MC8 just look like MC8 look like a regular brother from Compton. But yeah, I can see it in DJ Quick. DJ Quick kind of looks like a Dominican kind of. Well, no, DJ Quick said he had Indian in his family, so some of the Native Americans, American Indians, they have that Mexican blood, right? So okay, I could see DJ Quick being Mexican. But yeah, I didn't know MC8 was a black Mexican name. What's his name anyway? I know DJ Quick is David Blake. That's not really a Mexican name, but Aaron Tyler, that's not really a Mexican name. But I mean, yeah, I mean his blood is from there, huh? You learn something new every day, huh? But yeah, y'all, let's what else? I'll be back on later this week anyway, but I mean, let's take a look at what fight week holds up for. What do we have for fight week? Let's see. November 13th. That's what Gordon was talking about. We got for Spencer Letson this weekend coming up. And we have Calvillo versus Lee. Courtney Casey versus Liana Jojua. Gordon Moore said red hair kids get picked on regardless of their race, white, black, brown, or red hair. Yeah, I mean, Canelo's, his was like one of the ones you see, like, he used to get beat up. When he used to get in fights, so he used to have to fight, because of his skin color, you know, pale skin, red hair around a bunch of, regular Mexicans, stands out. Chingo Bling, I heard of him. Be Real. Isn't Be Real Mexican? Yeah, he's Mexican. Be Real is Mexican. Hold on. Be Real is Mexican. Mexican and Cuban, I think. All right, Bruno. Peace out. He said he has to go. Yeah, Bruno. Yeah. Be Real is like Mexican and Cuban or something. Yeah, Brian said can't. MCA got the four braids or something like that. Yeah, Kid Frost. I heard of Kid Frost. Yeah, we were. Immortal Technique. I think Immortal Technique is. I think he's half. I think he's like half Mexican and black or something like that. I think he is. I think he said something like that. He's half and half. Robot Chicken said "Be Real" is Polish. Man, I thought he was black and I thought he was black and I thought he was black and Cuban. His mom is Cuban or something like that. Mary said, "How often do you do panels with participants? I've been wanting to come on sometimes. It's always been open. I mean, I just ain't seen you here in a minute. I mean, BJ's been like the one that's really been coming through. I mean, what, I'll announce them when I do an open link. I mean, I have my days where I just do me, but I mean, anytime you want to come on, I'd be like, it's open. So it's as often as however, it's always open. Um, yeah, BJ who asked for a link, I just send him one, so he comes on. But I mean, next, uh, let me see. I mean, I'll probably do one Wednesday or Thursday. So if 7 p.m., feel free to come through 7 p.m. Wednesday. I mean, we can send out a link. I mean, thanks to that community page, I can post up when I'm going to be on more. So yeah, just be on the lookout on the community page, Mary. Immortal Tech is Rican and Black. Okay, yeah. I knew he was half and half or something. Oh, Peruvian? Man. Oh, yeah. He's Peruvian. Yeah, he's Peruvian. But one last topic. Anything else before we bounce? I mean, let's jump back on the WMMA real quick. Anything else WMMA related we want to talk about? But yeah, Wednesday we'll do like an open link thing. We'll talk about this fight again. I want to know y'all's thoughts. What's next in the strawweight division? Um, and we'll talk about Carla. Masvidal is Peruvian. Yeah. Masvidal is Peruvian and Cuban. Yeah. No, he is. Yeah, Wednesday, Mary. Robot Chicken says, funny, a Jewish lady told me about Mortal Technique. That's crazy. You never know, man. You never know what people are into. I go to concerts. I've gone to a lot of Bone Thugs concerts, and you see fans of all kinds there. You see people of all kinds at their music, so it's crazy. Gordon said Tyson Logan Paul prediction. Hopefully Tyson by no, I don't want to say that. I don't want to be too hard and dark here. Let's see Tyson by starching. I ain't gonna say by murder. But let's see him. Let's put him down. Tyson by rigor mortis. Yeah, Carolina gotta go though. Yeah, Carolina gotta go. Carolina's still here. I don't want to see her get hurt. She seems like a nice person, so she just seems like a sweetheart. I mean, I don't want to see her get damaged. I know, Liz, that sucks, man. You can't KO him. Him and his oh man, he about to make me start cuss. Brian Williams said Bone Thugs still doing it. Yeah, they still are. They still out there. Man, I got a crazy story, Brian. I mean, I went to their concert one time and to meet one of them backstage. Not backstage, it was outside. Like I went outside, and one of the members went outside, and somebody thought I was one of them. That was when my hair was long, so it was crazy. Like I could have probably went on tour or grabbed some of their, fans. Got some, gave out some fake autographs. So that was like probably one of the funniest things that happened when I went to a concert. He was like, dude was like, I love your music. I was like, huh? Robot Chickens, I hate the way Carla's being treated. Anyone else would get a title shot. Yeah, I mean, I hate it too, man. Ulysses says she done. I don't think so. I don't think she is done. I mean, she says she's not done, but her next fight is going to decide that for her, which is dangerous, man. Yeah, Brian, that was a little while back. I mean, that wasn't too long ago. It was when it came to my town, and I went, and I was like, good time. And the dude was like, "Oh, I love your music." I was like, "Huh?" I was like, I'm not in the group." Yeah, KK is damaged, man. I'm telling you, it's over. I think we all agree on that board. We all agree on that one, though. Carla's mistreatment. Her mistreatment is worse than you consider my mistreatment of Andrea Lee, sir. Yeah, KK, she never did invest in a good trainer, Liz. Like, she never did invest in somebody that could make her control her brawling. You know what I mean? Like, she never invested in somebody that could turn her into an educated puncher. She just likes to trade. She never did invest in like somebody solid. Ulysses says she went through depression. Yeah, that was a vicious one, man. And then that submission to Claudia, she was just like on a down skid. So I feel bad for her because she wanted to do great, but she was just so limited. She's just been so limited. So let's see what else. Carolina, talk about her. What else? I got a few more minutes here. Mm. Lisa KK bought a new flat in Poland. Uh-oh, is it time to go back home? She going back home now? No, man. I mean, like, that would probably be best. I mean, maybe she just bought it because she's chilling. I mean, she makes money off of modeling, and I mean, she can do that. That's great. It's safe. She's married now. It's time to start a family if she wants to do that. So the robot chicken says, "Oh man, no, she can make more bank than that. Just off of modeling. So she can do that instead. She can go that route." So yeah, next weekend we got Let's and Spencer, then we got Joju, Courtney Casey, Cynthia Calvillo, and Andrea Lee. Those are some good fights. But yeah, we'll talk more later this week too, just about the strawweight division. Like I said, Carla got a couple of videos to do on her, and Whaley. Still want to talk about Whaley and like, is she regressing? Like, is she kind of, or is she just coming into her new style? Like, does she just need to give herself more time to get confident in what she's doing? But when I think about it, the new style she's possessing, it's not much. It's almost like a timid style of her previous self. I still think she did a lot of things good. A lot of great. She did a lot of things well in her. You know, before the Rose knockout, it was just the fact that she just had no defense in the beginning. Pick for JoJo and Taylor. Oh, I like them both, but when I look at momentum, I'm looking at Taylor Santos. Yeah, and I'm a fan of JoJo, but I'm going with the fight and how things are going. Yeah, Calvillo was a little disappointing in her past couple fights. She lost to both gatekeepers, and now she's fighting down, which is good. But I don't know. Andrea Lee is looking way more developed and way more solid than what we've been seeing with Calvillo. I mean, the Calvillo Andrea Lee fight is a fight where you can't let the rankings fool you. Like, Calvillo really is not that far ahead and levels above Andrea Lee, if that makes sense. Andrea Lee's had some close losses. Calvillo's had these dominant losses to, Andrade and to Caitlin Chikagan. So the ranking is just a number in their case. Anything can happen in that fight. Yeah, like they're just a number in that fight. Like, Andrea Lee is looking like she's putting everything together, and she has the ability to rise at this point. Off of what we seen in Calvillo, there was really no changes made in those fights. Andrade was able to just, of course she finished her, but I'm just saying she just like, Calvillo had no alternative, no answer. Honestly, I think Andrea Lee and Andrade fight would at least try a little bit harder. That's just me. Liz says she don't see any hungry in Calvillo or JoJo. Dang. Yeah, I don't either. Mark Robinson says Cheyenne Bay's last name is Buys on the UFC Fight Night event page. I wonder what's up with that. It's not Buys. Problems with husband, JP Buys. I don't know. Let's see. I know she has problems with Loma Labutni coming up. Oh yes, is it back to? Is that her maiden name? Lismus? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they didn't change it, but that's weird. Like she's been known as shy and biased for a while, right? But they changed it back. Brian Williams and Calvillo is hungry, but she's hit a wall. She can come out of it, but she's got to commit better. Yeah, like her actions aren't catching up with her words. Her words are very much sounding like a fighter that wants to be that, but they aren't really. Her actions aren't really showing. JoJo has a chance if she makes it make it a striking match, but I think Taylor will take it to the ground, kind of like Lauren Murphy did. Dang, Robot Chicken says she gonna lose. Dang, man, y'all hard on JoJo. I mean, I know where she stands right now too, but I'm trying not to be as hard on her, man. JoJo's lost, but she's always been cool. um, Liz said JoJo's already peaked. She's peaked. She can't peak past over 7. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Like, I mean, you're right, Liz. I mean, she can't. She's already lost to Andrade. She's lost to Jennifer Maya. She's lost to Caitlin Chikagan. Lost to Lauren Murphy. Gee, she's lost to all of those. She's lost to those elite fighters already. Oh, you crazy? Bisha should. JoJo should do ASMR. That's what BJ says I do sometimes. So ASMR. I don't know, man. Yeah, you do make a good point. Though. I mean, she has peaked because she doesn't change her style up, and she's lost to those 4 elite fighters in the flyweight division. Whereas, see, look, JoJo lost to Caitlin, Andrade, Maya, and Lauren Murphy, whereas Valentina dominated them, right? So that kind of tells you their spot. That's pretty much all you have to say. Like, JoJo's lost to those 4, and Valentina's dominated. Mm, 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 mm. Oh man. Yeah, I was looking at some of the. I was just looking at the rankings, and yeah, JoJo has to really be dominant in this fight. Like I don't know, man. Says she needs 5 rounds to get it done. Too bad it's not though. We only got 3 rounds. I don't know, man. JoJo is a fighter, but she's just not a complete fighter. She's never fought in that same demeanor to dominate like Valentina has. She's never had that like solid approach. She'll trade too much and she'll stick her chin out a lot. So when a fighter fights like that, it kind of leaves it pretty much open to what their future is going to be. Mark said, JoJo seems to lack ferocity to me. Her pointing knees and elbows certainly hurt, but I think she would be a different fighter if she turned up the level 11 once in a while. Yeah. Yeah, she definitely got to turn it up though, man. Like her hands and her knees definitely hurt, but she just doesn't have that next level, man. She takes too many hits. Molly versus Antonina. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Molly just signed a 4-fight contract too, so went back and watched some of Molly McCann's fights. I really forgot how much I enjoyed her fights. I'm a fan. Yeah, Molly's not going anywhere. She still has her Irish, what is she, Scotland crowd or United Kingdom crowd, and she's exciting. I would pick Molly McCann in that fight. Molly would be boxing and she would be aggressive and she would be clinching and dirty boxing and she would take her to the ground. Listen, anyone who wants to see Laredo in the UFC, no, not me. I mean, she's not really like turning heads in the fashion of like fights in Bellator right now, so I don't want to see her in the UFC. No, no way. Like she turns heads, but she doesn't like turn heads in the fashion of like oh, this girl can fight. Gordon, Molly, Manone. Go with Manone. Yeah, I go with Manone in that fight. Yeah, Liz, it sells, but I mean, how long is it going to sell when you get knocked out by all the best flyweights? Not even the best flyweights, but all the girls like Jillian and Molly and Montana just beat you. Like Agapova probably would beat Laredo right now. you know? Going he's high on Molly. No, that's good. Gordon is high off Molly. Marcus said Molly would be more of a low risk reward for Manon. Yeah, definitely. She's good on the level she's on, like the fights with like Priscilla Cachoeira and Montana and Myra Buenasilva. Molly is a exciting fighter though. I think Manon is like levels above. I don't know if Antonina beats Molly. Honestly, I think Molly beats her. Molly's too aggressive, I think, for Antonina. That's Antonina's problem. Excuse me. That's Antonina's problem. I think is aggressive fighters on her, So no, I would go with Manon and Molly to beat and Antonina. Yeah, for sure. Gordon said she's too small. She's short, but she's tough, and she throws in combinations. She throws good combinations. Antonina, to me, may be an issue on the ground, but I think Molly's work rate is better. Molly's work rate is better than Antonina's. And I don't think Molly could go down to 115. Molly McCann is short, but she's kind of thick, so she's only she's 5'4", but she's kind of got a little thickness to her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stamina. Everyone Molly fights is just gonna be taller or bigger than her, but she's made up for that with aggression and boxing. And yeah, Antonina doesn't deal well with tenacious fighters like her. She doesn't learn with power either. Molly will walk through everything. Molly's gonna throw a lot of overhand rights in that fight, and she's gonna be in and out, and she's gonna be dirty boxing. She might even take Antonina down a few times and get back up so she can do it. Molly McCann landed some good right hands on Taylor Santos. They were too far in between, but she landed some good right hands on Taylor. Taylor just had the ground game and the clinch game and the body work to to cancel it out. Yeah, Molly's just too aggressive, like I was saying. Yeah, she's just too. I think I won't make it sound like she's too dangerous, but she's just levels above when it comes down to it. Antonina's striking ain't fast enough to keep her at bay. Taylor couldn't really keep her at bay. Taylor just took her down and clinch fought. Mark said, which top level WMMA fighter retires first and second? Oh, you mean like out of Nunez, Shevchenko, and them? Dang, man. Top level. Yeah, let me see. You throw Holly's name in there. Like out of the champions, though. I could see, I could see Holly. Yeah, non-title holders Holly and Joanna. But let's say out of the champions, I think Nunez would retire before Shevchenko would. If you're talking just champions, Mark, I would say Nunez would retire before Valentina would. Yeah, if it's champions, Nunez would retire before Valentina, and I think Rose would retire before Valentina. Honestly, so it would be down to them neck and neck. Rose and Valentina. No, Rose and Nunez would retire before Valentina. If you're talking non-title holders, I think Holly being 38, having some knee issues, she probably would call it quits soon. GDR might call it quits in another 2 years. You know, but like champions, Nunez and Rose would probably leave before Valentina. Gordon said, "Remember what you said. Be prepared to eat crow when Antonina gets back to the win column by outpointing Molly." Oh yeah, for sure. If she can prove me wrong, I'm fine. Hey, Andrea Lee proved me wrong when she beat Antonina, and I was happy to see it because we saw somebody that wanted to win. If Andrea Lee lost, I would have been more pissed off because I would have been like, "You're wasting our time." You know, if Andrea Lee lost to Antonina and just looked like looked sloppy, I would have been more pissed because you wasted my time. But if you prove me wrong, that means you're doing something right. That means you come to fight. I just want to see a good fight when it all comes down to it. That's why I say, like, I'm not even saying a fan as a fan or non-fan. I don't care. I just want to see good, entertaining fights. But I still see, I still see Holly winning, Molly winning. Then you say Antonina gotta go to Foot Locker. He said her sister ain't even gonna support her. Okay. So Brian Williams said Holly, but he said if you're talking top level, Nunez. Gordon said O'Neal will retire Roxy. Ulysses said Pena will retire. I'm assuming you mean after the Nunez fight. The Nunez fight's gonna retire, huh? Stamina says, "Sure, I'm not precious about my opinion. If I'm wrong, yeah, if I'm wrong, Molly got a bad night." Robot said, Molly beats Antonino versus Foot Locker. Wow. Mark Robinson said, "Great answer." Yeah, I just think Nunez is about done. You know, 2 division world champion for this long, and she has a baby too now and a wife. Gordon says, "So you admit you were wrong about Antonina beating Andrea Lee?" I wasn't wrong about her beating. I mean, my prediction was wrong, I said, but I wasn't wrong. I mean, she did beat her. Andrea Lee did beat her, so that's what you mean. You must didn't hear my post fight, and I said that months ago. I said it months ago that, hey, like, respect to you, Andrea, for coming through. Dang, man, y'all wrong. Pena going, oh man, here go Marcus. 5 days. Marcus, crazy. Shout out to Marcus, top 15 gatekeeper. Oh man, y'all crazy. Pena gonna retire next. Oh man, but it's been fun, y'all. I mean, it's a good. We always got a good group in here. It's been fun, y'all. I'm referring to my. You referring to my. To your. I'm referring to your prediction. Okay, my prediction. So yeah, I was wrong for sure. Yeah, definitely. I was wrong on a couple fights that night. I mean, they're fights that are so close. Where there's fights on a lower level that are just hard to predict. The, the top level fighters are easy to predict for me because you never know what's going to happen with these lower level fighters if they show up or not. But you know, of course, I was wrong. I mean, the prediction was recorded, and I mean, the results are out there. So even if I denied it, It would just mean I was crazy or delusional, right? Because the result is there. The result is not the same as my prediction. So don't you think that the flyweights are predominantly one-dimensional strikers or grapplers, except for Andrea? No. I mean, Jennifer Maya's not one-dimensional. And Caitlin Chikane is not one-dimensional. I mean, she's known as a striker, but Caitlin Chikane is not one-dimensional. Caitlin's not one-dimensional. Jennifer Maya is not. Lauren Murphy, she's not one-dimensional. Um, Roxy Modaffari's not either. Roxy beat her twice. Roxy has great jiu-jitsu, but she has good striking. Come on. And these fighters put it together. These fighters put it together better than Andrea Lee's been put. That's why Andrea Lee is not in the top 10 right now. If she was well-rounded, she would be in the top 3 right now. See, Caitlin is more committed to the element of surprise and the dedication to her style, but she has other plans. You know, she can grapple too. Caitlin Kagan's well-rounded, yeah. Andrea Lee's not the only one. Yeah, see, look. No, please, what's up? Where you been, man? He said, I think they'll do an interim title for Rodriguez and Esparza. I don't think so. Interesting, but I don't think so because Rodriguez said well, I don't want to say it. She might get this fight, though. She might get it over Carla. But I mean, that would be interesting, though, please. But I think a rematch would be interesting whenever Carla wins the belt or Marina did. Hold on, y'all going too fast again. Y'all picking up. Hold on. Marcus said, do you remember when Andrea Lee got dominated by Roxy Modaffari twice? Or Marcus, I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember like it was yesterday. Misha beats Nunes. It calls out Ronda. Ronda accepts the challenge. Then we finally get the trilogy. Ronda wins and officially retires. Shoot, that make no sense. I mean, she closed this. She closed with 2 fights. Yeah, robot. Like Andrea Lee is a wild card. That's what I'm saying. Like I was impressed with Antonina, but again, that's Antonina. Andrea Lee still has to show something major in this Calvillo fight. Yeah, she did Gordon at times, but she still lost. So Ronda's comeback would sell out. Yeah, because she would bring a lot of her wrestling fans over here, you know. She would bring all her wrestling fans over. So, yeah, she would definitely sell out. But she ain't going to come back. But, yeah, let me get up out of here, y'all. As always, good conversation. Always a good group, you know. Good points covered. Like I said, we won't always agree. We don't have to. But, you know, I always like to hear y'all's opinions. So keep coming through. And, yeah, make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the thumbs up. Like I said, hit the thumbs up. I always keep doing these. We'll get back on here for sure. Maybe I'll do an open link on Wednesday at 7 p.m. I think Mary wants to come on again. So, yeah, we'll do it that way. Talk more about the strawweight division on Wednesday and some other fights. So, yeah, let me get up out of here, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat again. Like always, I'm Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm out. Peace.